Hey everybody, Middle Georgia Dog Pound. Welcome to the show. I'm here with John Akaki, the professor,
My.
and I'm Matt, the Four Finger Wonder. We're looking forward to tonight's show and having a good conversation. Just really talking about the game that's coming up this Saturday. Let's just get started before we get into the conversation, like we always do. Introduce our drink tonight. Tonight we got something a little special for everybody out there. We went to this distillery in Virginia last year with a family. It sounds bad to say that, but we are tonight not sponsored by, but supplied by Redemption.
How do you like that
There you
one?
go. How about that?
For those of you who couldn't sleep this week, this is a special bottle.
That's right. So we're excited about this. This is going to be fun. So let's just hop right into it, John. We can do a little bit of tech talk.
Right, Matt.
I don't really want to relive that again. I mean, that's the one game where I think I was. We watched it, and me and you were talking during the game and stuff, and we won, but I didn't walk away feeling like we won.
We survived.
We survived.
We survived with our worst quarterback performance of the year, which speaks highly to where this defense has come from. Our
Absolutely.
defense.
Thank you.
And the Tech defense, too, quite frankly.
Yeah, so it was a true rivalry game. Was tight, you just wanted every series, every possession you had meant something, and that defense continued to show up. And I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, at what point in time are we just not going to hold up? And we did. We held up. But to your point, Gunnar had his worst game by far.
God, he didn't look right.
Yeah, it looked really weird. Like, he looked impatient and nervous in the pocket. That hasn't been the case in a lot of the past games. Like, I mean, let's just mirror it back to parallel each other. The Ole Miss game and this game, like, he was in the pocket throwing dimes and throwing ball, and he just seemed nervous for some reason. And I'm not sure if that is the arena that we're in. Is it that stadium? Is it being at home? He feels more comfortable. Well, he's played well on the road too. So I just don't know what.
It could have been, and this sounds really crazy, but Buster Faulkner could have helped Tech's defense develop a game plan to make Gunnar the guy that had to beat him and put all the onus on Gunnar, which would be Faulkner's idea since he knows us offensively. And Tech performed very well getting after Gunnar.
Yeah, but even you said it. I think I was in the message with the Whitehead boys as well, but he missed wide open receivers. Like, there were a few times where in the end zone, receivers like, hello, I'm right here. And he was thinking about running first more than anything else.
For some reason, it was panic mode. It was almost like he was in the first 3 or 4 games of the year trying to find his way and get comfortable. I don't know if that's the pressure cooker working on him. It was a big game. We couldn't lose that one, or else we're really in trouble. Georgia Tech wanted that game badly. They knew that was their season right there.
Yeah. And so, once again, kudos to the defense for playing well. I don't think Bobo called a bad game. I just think Gunnar just didn't execute very well during that game. So I think let's just get on to the game that means the most this week, which is the Tech game. Not the Tech game, the Alabama game.
The Alabama game.
Oh, so
the elephants, they bring all the tusks and
the elephant in the room, right?
God, Big Al. Big Al. Have you ever met Big Al? He's big, and they bring the whole entourage. They bring everybody. They'll even stay outside and watch the game from their TVs in the parking lot, but they bring an entourage.
Yeah, they travel really well. Very solid fan base, passionate fan base, if you guys have noticed. So as you look at this game in general, let's look, back to what you said about Tech. Tech needed that game. I feel like Alabama is in that same kind of predicament. They felt they need this win to be in the playoff. I don't agree with that. Once again, I'm not in the committee, so God knows. But I think the committee putting them in the position they did. They're at 9, right? Putting them above Notre Dame and stuff.
Kind of protected them.
I think that's the point. I think they're saying, hey, you right now are first place in your conference. You're playing an extra game in your conference.
Right.
You should not be penalized. And the team you're playing, you've already beaten.
They're not holding the Florida State loss early on against them, just like Notre Dame's not getting penalized for losing their first 2 because of the run they've had. If Alabama was to beat Georgia, obviously they're in a very good position. It would hurt our chances of a bye, but we'd still be okay, probably get a home game.
Yeah. So that's where I think. I don't think Alabama needs this to get in the playoff. I think they're already in. They may be on the road if they lose this game.
Right.
But I don't think it's like a must. But I think they're going to act like it is, though. I think that's that's the motivation for them to win this.
Well, yeah, no doubt.
Is to that, and not for us not to have back to back.
It's hard to conceive that we're looking at DeBoer potentially having a third win against Kirby in less than a year.
Isn't that crazy?
Isn't that amazing?
So I have a really good Bama fan friend that I talk to on a regular basis.
That's your problem, not mine.
So I will say it, Mr. Lingard, I love that Joker to the death. He's my big hunting buddy.
I'm only kidding about.
And he even watches this show. He says he per se, and we'll find out now that I'm saying his name. We'll see if he makes a comment in the show for us and this stuff. I'd be excited to see it what he's saying.
I have a lot of Alabama friends because I lived in Tuscaloosa for 4 years, Cottondale, and went to Grace Church there on Hargrove Street, and worked in Northport. So I know a lot about Tuscaloosa, and I have a lot of friends over there. Fred Shuckert was the pastor, and then Ben Talmadge is the pastor at Grace there now, and it's a great church. But the people of Alabama and the people in Tuscaloosa, they grew on me. I could see myself finishing my life there. I didn't, but I was well acclimated there and enjoyed my time there.
Yeah, that's what I hear too about people in the atmosphere and culture in that area. So, but yeah, even him talking to me about this game and stuff, we talk about it. And I'll be honest with you, I'm a very transparent person when it comes to stuff. As soon as they won their game, that fumble happened against Auburn in the game, and they recovered and they won the game. I texted him, "Congratulations on your SEC championship." Because that's kind of how I think some of the fan base feels when it comes to playing Alabama. Like, we just can't get it out of our heads. We can't move past it. Some kind of mental block's happening. But he doesn't feel as confident in that win as I do for his team. He's actually saying, he said he believes that Kirby Smart is for sure the best coach in the college game right now. And he says nobody has ever beaten Kirby twice in 1 year.
Right.
Which is very true.
And it would be DeBoer's third win in a row against Kirby. And that would be a precedent that may not be broken. But there's so many things to consider here. I look back and I think, okay, we had Charlotte. Then we had Tech, an ACC opponent. Certainly not as physical as Auburn was against Alabama. Mm. Alabama had a cupcake before Auburn, but they played an SEC opponent.
Yeah.
And we played an ACC opponent. And our team had 2 weeks in there with Charlotte and the Georgia Tech team. We didn't get as beaten up, even though we lost Bobo. They lost Overton. They may have lost Cam, their running back. Maybe he's going to be playing hurt, who knows. But they may be the team that took it on the chin physically the most in the last couple of weeks. That may play for us. And I'm going to throw something out there, and I mentioned this about Haynes King. I thought he had a bum shoulder, and I still think he does. And that's why maybe he wasn't as effective against us. I don't know. It could be our defense. But I think Alabama right now, and I've been watching their second halves of all their games, they're on fire in the first half. Mm-hmm. Ty Simpson's passing rate percentages are on fire, 75, 85%, third down conversions. But when they get in the second half, it's like a big tail off. And it's to the point where his completion percentage goes down 10, 12 points from where it was in the first half. And I also noticed Alabama is not scoring at the rate they normally do in the second half as they do in the first half. Is that them out of shape, or are they worn down? Do they not have the depth? Are they facing some injuries? But I think that plays well for us in the second half, especially as our defense has come on this second half of the season.
Yeah. So just going back to the first game we played them, they took out to a 24 point in the first half. They didn't score any more points the second half. Now, we had some errors that caused us not to gain more points. We should have tied it up there with a field goal.
Same against Auburn.
But, yeah, so
they had to win that game, and they didn't do much in the second half.
Yep.
I'm not saying they're out of shape, but they may not have the depth that Alabama's used to.
Okay. So you think if we're tied or if we are ahead in the first half,
it should sway to us.
We should kick
the other side is Gunner's worst half is his first half. I've watched this statistically the whole season, and his second half, he's much better. So Ty's first half is great. His second half isn't. Gunner's first half is not that good, but his second half's great. So you flop them. So I don't know if that's a draw, but I like I like our team being better in the second half than the first half. But the defense for us is a bright spot.
All right, so let's just keep on the defense for right now. So the defense, it was good to see CJ back playing some.
Right.
Still seeing a lot of these other linebackers and safety guys and the secondary guys playing a lot more.
We're tackling better.
Yes, and so we game tackle very well.
We're tackling better, and that's a big deal.
And did Gabe Harris not have a game?
He did.
Like, he had a good game.
Quintervis Johnson, those guys both played unbelievable, and I like that. He had that grounding call safety. They didn't get called, but he's got himself a little bit quicker step.
Yes.
I don't know, you call that twitchy or whatever, but I think he's come into his own, finding out where I can expedite, where I can be explosive, what I can do.
Do you think that's caused now that we're sending more blitzes and stuff coming? We're sending 5s and a 4 more.
Might be.
Now they have to, when they just know, hey, we're sending 4, we can keep these guys here. Now they don't know the extra one's coming. They get a little bit out of sorts.
It could be strategy where Schumann has decided, instead of getting sacks via the linebacker group, which was traditionally how we got our sacks, now we're maybe stunting up front, trying to get those sacks with our line, giving our linebackers more time in coverage.
Yeah.
And I like that too, because if you notice, our linebackers are better in the perimeter on coverage right now.
Okay.
And that's where Alabama hurt us this last game.
Mm-hmm.
They ate us up. Our linebacker was nowhere close to making tackles when it was 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6. So we have a remedy for that, I hope.
Yeah, and again, they're game tackling better too.
Right.
I mean, you watched the game last week. There were 3 to 5 guys around the ball. So they may catch the ball, but they were not making those big run plays and stuff. So that could be a big benefit for us. Let's talk a little bit about their offense. So Alabama, looks like they put Williams on the bench for a little bit last week.
Well, I've watched him several times on his trying to receive the ball. He is buffering himself. He's trying to protect himself for a hit.
Yeah.
And it's almost like it's noticeable.
But do you think that will maybe fuel him for this game? Hey, it wasn't fun watching from the sideline. Now I'm going to come out and he could have a great game. He could have 130-yard, 150-yard game.
You don't know what you're going to get. He's still a young guy, even though he's in his second year. He's still very young. Remember, last year he was 17 years old, so he's 18 now. I don't know, maturity-wise, if he's there physically also to do what we're talking about, dominate a game right now. But then again, speed wins, right?
Yeah. So I think our secondary is playing better. Still, they haven't solidified that safety spot, the extra safety spot just yet. We saw Branch play a little bit last week. We saw, Jacoby Thomas play a little bit like in the secondary. Now that looks like Kayron Jones is better.
How about our favorite player, DeMello?
DeMello,
he's our favorite player. 15.
Physical, but he's playing physical for sure.
Oh, he's playing good.
He didn't have his big plays he did against Texas, but he's still playing physical. Technically the cornerback's position. Man, Everett right now is the one who is struggling the most.
Wow.
He had a rough day against Georgia Tech. I mean, every time the ball got completed, it was on his side. He was nowhere to be found.
Right. He's given a little bit too much space.
Yeah.
We'll see how this shapes up. Alabama typically plays very physical on our receivers. That has been a traditional thing for years, and that has been very difficult for us. And that could be difficult on Gunner. So I don't know how this is going to shape up. And then we haven't even got into our offensive line issues and where we're at there yet.
That's a good transition. Let's just go right into from their offense to our offense.
Right. So what are we doing to do at center? We know Bobo's done for the season, they say, and that probably is true. And then you've got Tolliver in there. And are they going to try Glover? They've been working with Glover and Mims at center, but I don't know how much. Are they going to start off with Tolliver and have a backup with Glover, maybe move it in, and Gaston moving in there? And then you've got Green and Mims and Freeland. I don't know how that's going to work out, but we have to have a contingency plan because we're already down to a second string center. We have to have a contingency plan somehow. So I'm sure they're ready for that. But Tolliver, this is his toughest task, and he don't have many snaps.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some high snaps from him. We saw him miss some blocks when he was coming around the edge. Once again, those are a few handful of things that happened. We don't talk about the good things he did. So all we care about is the things that
Right.
we missed. So we got to work. And it wasn't just him last week. I mean, guys, the tight ends who played so great missed blocks on the outside last
that
week.
game irritated me so much.
It almost felt like they were still like they just woke up from their Thanksgiving nap after all the turkey they ate, and they were just kind of like sluggish through the game.
You think about the beginning of a season, they don't want to show with their hand. They play vanilla. And I don't know if we were doing that with our tight ends because they're so instrumental in our offensive scheme and passing. And we didn't throw but one, and it was in the INT. And then we never saw any targets for Delp. No Williams at 6'7", Rydell, whatever,
Yeah.
and nothing to him. And then we didn't come back to Lucky. And I'm thinking, that is a bunch of talent.
Yep. Were they not getting open? Were they not making the blocks? And I'm to the point. I think if they get there and they're not blocking like they're supposed to, I think Bobo and Kirby say if you're not going to block like you're supposed to, you're not getting the ball. But I don't know if that's true. That's just me coming from my side.
No.
But I don't think it's possible. I think once again, you want to put the ball in his people are going to make the plays.
Those guys are deserving. They're blocking.
I agree with you.
Blocking.
So I do agree with you. I just think that maybe to text credit, they took away something.
So did we put the tight end group to sleep to make Alabama think we're not going to be utilizing them as much, and then maybe their coverage would be a less focused there and focused elsewhere on Branch and Humphreys and Bell, and and even Nola. What's his the Texas A&M guy to come over? Number
Thomas.
5, Thomas, right? So I don't know how that's going to shake out, but every team is going to have a little bit of something new up their sleeve.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think for sure Gunner has to be on point. But I think, honestly, one of the things that we've been talking about it for a few weeks now, and I'm one of his biggest fans, is Frazier's going to have a chance to have some redemption of his game against Alabama. Because his game against Alabama was really what turned him.
Yeah, the fumble.
That fumble
Was critical.
Yeah, and it gave Alabama a short
Alabama
field.
had a short field.
They had a short field. They scored some points really quickly. But then, saw that he didn't get the ball much.
Then our
next two
drop
games.
by Tylen Taylor versus Williams' drop, it was not the same because Alabama scored on their drive and we didn't. So there was a couple spots right there besides us not kicking the field goal, the 2 4th down debacles.
Yeah.
Let's just hope we've got our mojo on. Let's just hope our defense is what they've done in the last 6 games really what shows up.
But I think Frazier's going to show up again. I think Frazier's going to be and back to my Bama fan, he is scared to death of Bowens. He's like, because Bowens had a huge game against.
Well, he had 119 yards. I remember that number because I saw it the other day.
And so he had a good game. But he's like, man, is Bowens healthy? I hope not.
Yeah, he is. He is. But it's good to have a 2-headed monster.
Yeah, because even like I said that before that fumble that he had 20-yard run before that fumble. Yeah. So he can have a great game too. And I think the thing I love about Frazier, he always falls forward. He always gives you every effort he has to get back. If he's going to get hit in the backfield, he's get back to the line of scrimmage. He's going to give you everything he has to get every yard he can. I love his passion for the team and for his players, and that he's going to give us the best. And since that game, he has really been really, really good for us and solid. So let's see if he continues that trait and gets some redemption from his last thing. Not saying not to win the game for us, but seeing him have a good, solid game, to know that in his head he can play against the best talent in the country will be a big deal.
I want to see Gunner get out of the pocket more on rollouts, run pass options. I want him not to run the ball for 2-yard, 3-yard gain and get hit like he is.
Yeah.
I want him to get rid of it.
Yes.
This is ridiculous. He thinks he can make 2 yards and it's going to be significant, and it's not. And he's put himself in jeopardy of getting hurt.
Especially this time of year.
Right.
Think about this same game last year. What happened? Beck goes down.
And not only that, he's acrobatic. He's trying to fall forward. He's balanced, and he's upside down, and it's ridiculous. He's like he's not gonna ever get hurt, and he's gonna get hurt if he keeps it up.
He'll only run the ball just to keep the defense honest, but the extra runs, like you're talking about,
right.
That's the problem. The design runs are fine, but when he has these opportunities, throw the ball away. He doesn't.
He doesn't turn his hips and shoulders and throw back. It took Bo Nix a lot of years to get that down, but for the Broncos, Bo Nix, you remember against Auburn when he played for Auburn?
Mm-hmm.
He was a jitterbug all over the place and throwing the ball wildly, but he has refined his skill set. Gunner needs to work on that, being able to run, turn his hips, and nail somebody.
Yeah. I agree. Like, because once again, he starts running, that those cornerbacks, safeties, they come off their coverage,
Right.
and they're wide open. It's maybe a 5 yard pass, but
Right.
5 yards
Better than him getting hit.
better than getting hit. And 5 yards sometimes turn into 20 yards because you break
Right.
one tackle,
Right.
and you're gone. So you just never know
Right.
what can happen. So,
A lot of things happen in this game. Boy, it's a lot of strategy, and there's a lot of great things that are going to be happening that fans are probably going to have a great time watching this game.
so more of like it seems like, back to your point, is that the offense, even Ty Simpson, has good first halves. Do you think when the second half comes out and the defense start putting more pressure on him, he gets that rattle and stuff? He gets to bring the ball too early sometimes because he gets hit. So that's
my
what we should
thoughts
do
are,
early on.
He is fast. He is quick. He's a great runner, but he don't run that many times. But he's always on the move, but he gets rid of the ball. Contrary to what Gunner does, Ty gets rid of the ball, but he's a lot of running from sideline to pocket and back. I mean, he runs a lot during that game. And I think that's his strength because he stretches the defense. But I think by the second half, he's a little bit winded and tired, and probably
Can be possible.
you just never know. You don't know how teams cardiovascularly work their skill set guys for being able to be in shape or have the wind that they need. I don't know. You just never know the biological makeup of a person. Also, if their lungs are the right capacity, But from what I can see, Ty Simpson's production wanes in the second half.
So what's going to be some of the keys to this game for us to have a victory?
Well, no turnovers. I mean, a team that has the most turnovers or a turnover is probably going to be in jeopardy. And take your points when they're there. We don't need to try to have Cash Jones on 3rd and 4 against an Alabama team that's great on the line of scrimmage, thinking that we can win this game and put it away. Take your points.
Yeah, I agree.
Do not lose opportunities to put points on the board.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we don't talk about much this year, because we've been good at it on our side, is penalties.
We've been really good.
But when we play teams who have had penalties on us, they have struggled. So we've got more points. We put more pressure on them to then play a little softer. So that may be where we need to be more aggressive and make them do the offsides, because they're trying to catch our snap. They're trying to get a head start on our offensive lineman, or the pass interference stuff, or targeting, whatever it may be. We need to make sure that I think we put so much physicality on them that they have to find ways of cheating to beat us. Not say cheating is, I mean like holding and stuff. Like they're trying to find ways of stopping us from getting their quarterback, or holding our receivers because they're blasting past them. We got to find ways like that of being physical, where they have to cause those penalties to help move the ball.
One thing I'll champion and say about Kirby Smart, especially his teams, and this year is no exception, you don't see the craziness that other teams have with taunting, unsportsmanlike. I mean, we don't have that kind of play on our team. Our guys make the play and get back to the huddle. It's not a whole lot of stuff that is this champion, like, you see that. And it's not acceptable at Georgia. And that probably is a good thing because they're more focused on what their task is next. But that's probably why we don't have many penalties, because our guys are disciplined.
So defensive wise for us, do we need to shut down their pass and just focus on their pass, or do we continue what we do and shut down the run? Because the run game is not great. I mean, they're one of the bottom 3-4 teams in the rushing game in SEC. So do we continue what we do is stop the run, or do we put more pressure on the passing game and trust those guys in the secondary to be tight, to hold tight, and not interfere and be in coverage and put pressure on that quarterback to prevent the run?
I think since the Mississippi State game, we have pressured the quarterback, and we'll continue to do that. I think because Big Baby Jordan, what was it? Jordan?
No, Jordan Davis?
No, not Jordan Davis.
Big Baby.
Big Baby, he was a defensive tackle, 44, that's out for the rest of the season.
Oh, sorry, Jordan Love. Jordan Hall.
Jordan Hall. He's not as quick as the 2 or 3 guys we're using now. So we have better quickness inside the tackles And I think we're going to continue to try to attack the quarterback. You don't want to give Ty Simpson a whole lot of time to throw the ball. He's a good passer.
Mm-hmm.
He's having a great year. And they've got great running backs that'll catch the ball in the backfield. Certainly, they're not going to run the ball as well. But I think we need to stop their passing game or give him less time to throw the ball. So I would hope we would not play a soft zone or a zone like we did against them the first time. I think we've learned our lesson. We can't do that. Plus, it's harder for them to tackle when you're in zone.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier to tackle when you're in man. I'd rather have pass interference 2 or 3 times in this game, at least maybe 2 or no more, than have open guys open. You know, you would appreciate a pass interference rather than a guy catching the ball than catching it for 20 and running for 10 more.
Yeah,
it don't make sense. I think we got to play tight coverage.
Yeah, and watching the game last week, Horton, he's really come about here recently for them. He's another tough runner. I'm not sure if is it Bernard, the other
their running back.
They say he's kind of hurt, but he's probably going to play.
He's number 5 for them.
So, I mean, he's another, once again, solid player.
He's a good player.
But I think, like your point, we don't allow them to get in space. Let's play the man, and, hey, if they get the ball, make the tackle there. Don't let them get the extra yards. Let them grind it out and make that. But, I mean, that's what happened the first series. They did like a 13-play drive on the opening series, ran like 7 minutes off the clock on us. And the first quarter was almost gone.
And I think DeBoer realized that Georgia's a second-half team, and I need to make sure my team has the best opportunities to put points on the board in the first half. So if you remember, in the first quarter, DeBoer he expired all his 3 timeouts on every drive. It was 3rd and a special, 5 or 6 or 2 or 4. He called a timeout, and he did it on 3 straight series, and they scored on those series and were up on us at halftime. And that's probably what won them the game, is that his strategy was, we're going to take every opportunity early and try to make the most out of it.
Okay.
So I give him the kudos for that. That was great coaching.
But we got to make them go all 4 quarters.
Oh, no doubt. And that's who we are, right? We're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, you'd like to believe that you're saying the right things as far as we're better conditioned. We have better second halves than we have first halves. Alabama has better first halves than they do second halves. The game, and I look historically at Alabama right now this season, they are having a hard time scoring more than 25 points in a game. When they get beat, it was like 23-21 against Oklahoma. I might be exact, but it's close. Against Auburn, 27-20. Against us, it was 24-21?
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be a prolific scoring team, and I think our defense is going to have them held down to at least, hopefully no more than 21 points, 20 points, 17 points. That gives us a chance, but we have a hard time getting past 24, 25 points. So it's going to be a tight ball game. I'm thinking 22-20, something like that, crazy score. But it's going to be that tight. And it's going to come down to 1 or 2 plays and defensive stands. We did poorly against them on 3rd down last time in the first half. I see that changing this time. So there's a lot of things going on in this game, and it's for positioning. Alabama's got to win to get in, or maybe they'll get in and have to go on the road to play because evidently the committee likes Alabama. They've set them up at 9. And then if we win, we get a bye. If we lose, we probably have a home game and play in the first round on the 19th or 20th. A lot at stake here. Plus, Kirby don't like to lose, and neither do you.
No. So that's to my point. So just looking at some numbers there, like you're saying low 20 game. I think the spread for this is like 47 points. So it's kind of about where you're thinking. I think we're favored by like 4 points.
2.5.
2.5 now. So I mean.
And I don't like that either.
Yeah, they're thinking it's going to be a really tight game, like you're saying. So I mean, but the other point is that this team, Alabama, since the Mercedes has been open, has played there 7 times and never lost in all 7.
It's amazing,
times.
isn't it?
So that's something to be. I mean, sorry, it is what it is. I know it's the first time for everything, but you put the things together. We struggle against this team, no matter who's coaching or who's playing. They always win in this environment, this stadium. I'm telling you, even though we're the favorite, these are stacked against us. It is stacked against us for us to pull a win out and say that we're actually deserving of being the playoff. We don't want to be like Texas, where you have this one team that always beats you. But that's kind of what it is.
We need the Gunner to get off to a good start.
Yeah.
You know, it's paramount that he has a good game and a clean game, but a decent game. If he throws for 200, that would be a win for us. If we could run for 200, that would be another win for us. But getting 300 to 350 yards against an Alabama defense maybe is all we can garner. And if we get 150 on the ground and 200 in the air, that would be a big time win for us. Alabama's going to get 300 plus in yardage on our defense, I would gather also, but they're going to get it more through the air than the ground.
Yeah. So you're calling for a Georgia win?
Yeah, I'm going to pick Georgia. I didn't want to pick Georgia, and that's coming out of my mouth right here on what are we on, national, or is this universal TV, worldwide, global TV? But you know, I didn't feel good about this game because I don't like our center not playing. But then they're losing Overton at defensive tackle, which is their second best defensive guy. So that's kind of a given. And, you know, we've got good linemen. Tolliver's played. Glover may move over. Mims may move over. You just never know how we're going to throw it out there. But we've got 7 good linemen. So we lost 1. We're still down to about six or so. And we got good tight ends that are physical tight ends. So I like that. They're down a tight end. They're possibly down a running back. And if he plays, he's not going to play at full strength, but he's probably not going to play. So it's setting up that we have a pretty decent chance to win this game if we don't screw it up.
Yeah. And I will say it like I always do. I'm never going to pick against Alabama until we can beat them.
Exactly.
It's just the truth. I mean, sorry, those Georgia fans, you're like, oh, we should be always rooting for them. No, until you beat them and show you can beat them on a regular basis, I can't.
Well, we don't get paid more for picking winners
That's
here,
right.
you know what I mean? But
Right.
we're realistic. We have to show up and we have to win one. And that may be the start of something else because Gunner probably coming back next year, so that would be nice. And I think we go to Alabama. We're in Tuscaloosa next year.
Yeah. Got to get another good schedule next year. So, John, I'm excited about the game.
Have you done any Christmas shopping?
Oh, that's what Danielle's job is.
Oh.
I just let her have the card and she goes and takes care of that.
So we're going to be up in the
Teamwork.
Mercedes at 4:00, right? We got Holly Rowe, Herb Street. Who else is up there?
It's Chris? What's his name? Chris.
Yep.
Like I got his name. He's good now, so I like him. Though he's good.
They got a good crew. Maybe the stars are all in alignment for a Georgia win. That would be nice.
It'd be great to go. Maybe 3 out of the last 4. Is that right?
Yeah.
We've been there, but to actually win 3 out of 4.
Actually, 5 out of the last 6. I
That
think.
it is? Yeah, we've been there.
Something
but-
like that.
So excited about it. I think we can win, but honestly, until they can prove they can get over that mental block, it's just gonna be tough to pick against Alabama right now.
I think we covered this pretty good today, tonight. At least giving it a good analysis and a good deeper understanding of what's going on here, the teams, how they set up, and what to maybe possibly expect. But both teams are well matched, and that's a good thing for the SEC.
That's right. So all those who are watching, the few of y'all who decided to spend your time with us, we really appreciate it. Once again, we don't do this for a living. It's just something fun we like to do. And once again, we want to hear your feedback. We want to hear your comments. So if you're watching it on YouTube, put comments below. If you're watching on Facebook, the Facebook link, put comments in the post. We want to hear your predictions. What do you guys think is going to happen? And also, like I said, if it's on YouTube, please subscribe. It'd be fun. It'd be great to have 35 people subscribe. It's just like I said, this is all for fun for us. Not trying to be anybody big or special. Just good conversation.
Yeah.
And I think we have good conversation, but we want to hear your conversations too. We love to hear y'all's feedback and your questions and the things you guys want to talk about. If you have a desire of maybe we'll be on the show with us one day, bring it on. Because like I said, it's Drinks with a Dog. If you're a dog, let's bring it on and have a good conversation.
Middle Georgia Dog Pound, we appreciate all your members and so forth. We really enjoy your posts. Don't forget, you all can post and post on there as much as you want. I kind of play with the site a little bit and kind of provoke people and kind of just give you a good poke in the bear, but we have some fun with it. So
Sure do.
anyway, go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Good night. Have a great one.